Hi, everyone. This is Rico Figliolini, host of The Creek, a podcast for Johns Creek, an extension of The Creek Magazine, which is a Johns Creek magazine. We have a great guest today. It's going to be the biggest event happening this year in October, and I'm glad to have Paul Bodine, Vice President of Community, here with me. Hey, Paul. How are you?
You. How are you?
Good. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
So, Paul is the VP of Community for Toro Development Company, the people behind the Medley that's going to be open here in Johns Creek. I think the grand opening is October 29th. How many days away are we?
We're 84 days, Rico.
84 days away. It's been counting since 200 plus days or more, I think, for me, as far as paying attention here. It's just, and when I learned a little bit about you, Paul, I realized that my daughter goes to Avalon all the time. And we live in Johns Creek, just 5 minutes, not even, south of Johns Creek. I mean, we live in Peachtree Corners, rather. And she goes to the Avalon all the time. So when I heard that you were part of that team there, heading that for 10 years, and then you decided to come here to do the medley, I was like, wow, that's impressive. To leave something that's already set and going to start something from scratch. How's that feeling of doing that?
It was a great opportunity, an opportunity I couldn't pass up, Rico. I've worked with Mark Toro before, and when he came to me with this project, I jumped at the chance. So,
Yeah. Does it? How when you started this, how did it feel to you? Like what? The overwhelming? I mean, how did it go? I mean, what's your responsibilities as VP of Community?
oversee all the operations here at the property.
So leasing, all that stuff? I mean,
There's a separate leasing team that handles the leases, but once the lease is executed, it's up to me and my team and the team around me to ensure that the tenant gets built out and delivered on time. So,
got it. So you're the you're like the molder, the guy that's putting it all together. So you're walking that property, I gotta believe, quite often.
I am every day, yes, sir.
Every day. Okay. So, when you're seeing things not working quite the way you want it to, or when you're seeing things going well, I mean, there must be some pride in that. Yeah, I would imagine.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So because we're talking about 164,000 square feet of retail and restaurant. I think the Prelude at Medley is just started leasing. And
Uh,
how many units on that one, even?
a little over 300.
Little three, and I think Encore is going to come on later, and that's what another
A little over 400.
400. So you're going to have quite a bit of residents, and some of them are moving in November 1st, maybe.
That's correct.
Is that right?
Yeah.
It's going to be, and at this point, you have national companies there, unlike Trader Joe's and some national chains. By the time you guys open October 29th, I mean, I think there's almost 80 retail that's supposed to be showing up. Where will you be at that point?
We'll have a great progress on who will be open in October. There's a great chunk, a large chunk of all the retailers here at the property that will be open. So,
Okay, I know Trader Joe's is opened already.
they
You
have
have like, right, and that's supposed to be. I haven't visited yet. We have a Trader Joe's right here in Peachtree Corners, but I understand that one is really big. So I can't wait to visit, see what that one looks like.
yeah.
The So what did you find as your biggest challenge when you started there?
I hadn't opened a property before. When I worked at Avalon, I came a year after Avalon opened. I started there in the beginning of 2016. Avalon had opened in October of 2014, so I missed some of that pre-opening experience and
Okay.
process. So, like I said before, I jumped at the chance to get this experience. I've been at Avalon for 10 years. I love that property. I learned so much. So, I used to be in the golf industry before, and a gentleman by the name of
Hmm.
Matt Simon, who worked at the Grove in LA, recruited me to come to Avalon. I met him at a golf course. Uh, Worked with him for a couple of years. He was my mentor and taught me everything that I knew at Avalon that I've carried now here to Medley.
Oh, wow.
Matt now works for Disney down in Florida. So
Really?
he was a great mentor for me and taught me everything I knew. I also had another mentor by the name of Anila Respress, who worked for the Four Seasons Hotel with Matt had hired as well. She mentored me at Avalon. And so I can use all those skills that I learned there over the past 10 years to really fine tune Medley. Lessons learned, both positive and negative at Avalon, that we're bringing here to Medley.
So when you're talking about what you learn, I mean, you talk about Disney, you're talking about Four Seasons. I think hospitality, the hospitality industry, and what it means to be on property at Disney. I mean, it's just phenomenally clean. I mean, there's only so few businesses, I should say, that can really present to a customer the way a customer wants to be presented and to enjoy a property. And the stuff that's not seen is probably the stuff that would be felt most, I bet, if it was wrong, right?
Exactly.
Right.
And that's why at Avalon and at Medley, we'll have a whole process in the morning every day to get the property ready to open by 10 a.m. every day to live up to those standards that you expect when you come and you visit. Whether that's pressure washing of the sidewalks, whether it's the landscapers out there detailing the landscaping, it's the housekeepers emptying the trash can, wiping down the common areas. That property's got to be ready by 10 a.m. So that's our goal every day.
So do you know, working at Avalon, did you learn to fine tune some of these things? What were things that you found that over the years probably had to be improved on or did differently? Anything?
You know, a lot of these employees that we use to get the property ready are through third parties. And so kind of a differentiator with us at Avalon and will be at Medley is even though the employees out there conducting various duties are from a third party, we treat them as Medley employees. We foster that rapport, give them uniforms, we give them a name tag, all of it says Medley. We get them fully bought into the property, that they care about their job and about the property each and every day, and it shows in their work. We do a thing called line up every day at our concierge building, 10 a.m. and at 4 p.m. each day. All the operational teams get together at concierge. There we're looking at uniform standards, we're looking at grooming standards, ensuring that all employees on the property are presentable each and every day. Wow. And then from there, we talk about any certain events throughout the day, any sort of wow moments that an employee wants to share where they assisted a guest or a tenant that they can enhance their experience. So we do that every day to ensure that consistency and standards in place.
I like the way you talk about it, guests, because I think when a customer comes to a place, customer, right? Person, the neighbor, an out-of-town visitor that might be visiting, let's say Johns Creek. They don't always think of themselves as a guest, right? Going to a shopping center, if you will, like this. But I'm glad that, you know, that you do, right? Because every person that comes on that property has to be treated a certain way. And Absolutely. To see that, you know, the hospitality part of it is like front and center is important. I think that's a great experience because even if a restaurant or a retail place isn't always the best experience, maybe, and hopefully they will be. At least being on property, they understand that that's the first impression they get when they park. Are you going to have concierge parking also?
Yeah, so in the center of the property is our concierge building. That's a big component of what we do, obviously, and those services that they provide. And they provide the services to everybody on the property, whether it's the tenants, the residents, or the guests that visit. And in front of that concierge building is our valet stand. So, you know, it starts, to your point, with the arrival experience, with the great valet experience in the event that you do valet. Concierge is right there. Yep. We'll have our Mayor of Medley or Doorman Jackson there to greet you with a smile. The concierge is there to assist you if you need directions. It's your first time there. If you need a bottle of water, an umbrella if it's raining. And from there, you get your day started at Medley. And then same thing for the departure experience. We will ensure that it's a good one.
I would imagine, walking the property as it gets built out and stuff is real important. Um, I remember speaking to the mayor here of Peachtree Corners. He loves just walking around different areas here. It feels like he owns the place. It's just like the ownership of it. Like, that you own it. You treat it as if it's your own home. And I'm sure there'll be things that you find that you want to improve upon. So when you do that, when you find those things, do you have that ability to say, okay, let's get this fixed, so let's do this differently? Do you do that by committee, or you the guy that stops everything stops there?
I'm the guy. Yeah.
You're the guy. Okay. So if things are going to change or if anything needs to be done, they go to you, Paul.
And like it's one of those fluid things too, right? In October, the property's going to open. Guests are going to come. We already have an office tenant here on the north side, and as you referenced to earlier, Trader Joe's is open. So we already have office tenants and guests visiting the north side of the property. As we get the rest of it opened, we watch every day how the guests interact with the property. One of the things that Toro Development Company does best is they look at all the hardscape common area, how the guest interacts with the property, first 12 to 20 feet up, that guest experience when they're on the sidewalk. And they design all of that very intentionally for that guest experience.
Right.
So now I take it when the guests actually enter the property and they're interacting with it, how they're using it, what are their habits, and we watch that pattern to see how we can fine tune that experience each and every day.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, you may assume people like to congregate in a certain place, but then you find that they're doing it somewhere else, and maybe you need to shift outdoor furniture or do things different.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that tenant that just moved in, Ingle, I should know the name. Yeah, they actually my daughter works for them, and in the HR department, I think, and they just moved from Duluth to there, so they started this week going to the office.
That's correct.
Yeah, so she's excited. I mean, literally, it's about the same distance to the Duluth office, but it's a straight shot up for her from here. And like I said, she's 28, 29, and she's experienced Avalon. She likes going to Avalon, and I have a feeling that this will be the same type of experience for her, right? So, do you have an audience? You have actually several audiences, right? You have the people that live there, people that are visiting from far away, and people are visiting from the surrounding areas that may be visiting. 200 plus events a year. Do you manage that as well, or how does that work?
So the larger events will partner with a third party to help us operate, but most of the events that we put on will be done in-house through the course of my team with the marketing team and engineers, as well as all those third parties that I referenced.
So how do you work that? I mean, programming for programming's sake, maybe 200 events, mini events or large events a year is a lot. How do you make sure that that's different? I mean that I don't know, the experience is a little different, or maybe consistent with like Avalon, like a brand, like that type of place.
So we'll put an event plan together on what works for the community that we serve. We will execute those events on the property. And one thing that we always do at every event, and we will at Medley, is we're on site for the event, most of the events. We're similar to how we watch the guests interact with the property during the event. What works here, what doesn't work here. We recap, we take notes during the event. Post-event, we meet, address all the notes, and fine-tune the next time we have. And so that number also includes weekly events that we'll have April through October. So that's fitness events,
right?
Music events, movie events. We'll have a screen in our 25,000 square foot plaza as well to show movies.
Wow.
So
okay.
It's all encompassing, and don't mistake it thinking that every event is 10,000 plus.
No, I'm sure. Yeah, it'd be like yoga on the green or something where maybe there's 40 or something like that. Yeah.
I was very encouraged though with the turnout in at City Hall with the July 3rd event with Johns Creek, and I heard a 10 to 12,000 person attendance numbers show up there. So I think that the property and the events as a whole, the community here in Johns Creek is looking for its third place to call home, and we're happy to welcome them here to Medley through the course of those events as well.
So that's interesting too. The third place. How'd that come about? How describe? I mean, yeah, I could see it as a third place to show up. So how'd that work? How'd that come to mind?
You know, it's just always a saying that we used at Avalon, and we really got the staff to buy in to that saying. All of the staff here at Medley will attend a hospitality training as well. Okay. They'll be familiarized with the property long before they even step onto it. So in the event that they do encounter a guest or a tenant or a resident that needs direction, they're well informed to inform of the property.
And the fact that the city of Johns Creek, I mean, this is, when I look at that city, 84,000 people, double the land area, I think, beneath and Peachtree Corners, north of the river, in between Alpharetta, Sewanee, Forsyth County. Just a lot of people, a lot of area. And this seems to be like going to be the focal point of everything in Johns Creek. Certainly part of the large 192 acre build out the city wants to do. But, you know, they're not going to be hanging out at City Hall. They're going to be hanging out at the Medley, you know. Well,
I think that they've done a great job with the walkability and the green space, the open container. They are paving the way for this area to be very special, and Medley's honored to be a part of it.
Yeah, so how does that work? How has working with Johns Creek, or Johns Creek working with you, the city government, how's that worked? Good, bad?
It's been a great relationship so far. We attended the State of the City, very encouraged by the community there, the turnout and responsiveness, and the sense of caring about their community that they have that you can't instill in people. I mean, the residents here truly do care. And, you know, to your point that you made earlier, a lot of the residents here are driving to Avalon, and they'd love to have their own Avalon or their own place to call home, their third place. So we're happy to deliver that to them, and we're excited to show them all that's in store.
I noticed also that you know, part of that community building and enjoyment is also with the arts, right? You guys are using or have taken on artist Greg Mike, launching some murals and stuff. So he's been phenomenal in Atlanta. Now bringing him north outside the perimeter. So tell us a little bit about that. How'd you guys get him, and what inspired you to do that, and what is he going to actually be doing over the next, I don't know, few months or a year?
It's Greg Mike and the ABV. Our marketing team had reached out to him and kind of showed him the project and the vision for it, and he came out and walked in and really loved the site, and was able to find some truly special places here around the property to install his artwork as well as other artists within the community.
Okay. Well, that's great to be able to have a well-known artist like that from Atlanta be able to work out there. The Prelude, that's the first residential phase that started leasing up. Are they like, I guess that's where the first tenant would be going in November 1st, apparently. If everything's on track, how's that been going? Has that been a little, you know, a challenge there at all, or anything new that's there that people should know about?
No, I mean, it's just getting started. So the team that we have worked with in the past is coming over to assist us with the pre-leasing and then eventually the operation. So that's another piece that we already have that rapport, I'm saying more so myself and the Prelude team. We have that cohesiveness that we built in years prior and know how to partner through the course of this project,
Okay.
and in Medley and beyond. But it's just getting started. There's information on our website to get in contact with them, but they'll be offering tours here shortly, and you can get over and start to look at the units and really start to see the vision here that is met.
So they're going to have already pre-furnitured, like showcase rooms to apartments to look at.
Eventually they will, yes, sir.
Okay. So we're going to have a little site map on the website when this goes live, so people could check that in the show notes and stuff.
Great.
But to describe it to people, you have and I have the vision sort of behind me here, a little bit of it, a little small part of it. But so when they drive in, like you said, there's the concierge area and stuff. Is Prelude the apartments above the retail? What is, so describe a little bit the layout of the land, if you will, of what's where as you're going in.
Sure. So if you come in off of McGinnis Ferry and you turn onto Medley Boulevard, Medley Boulevard runs east to west. So when you drive down, you'll have one building on your right, another building on your left, and you'll see these small buildings in the middle of the boulevard. Okay? So the boulevard's one lane. It's got kind of a median in the middle. And those buildings in the middle of Medley Boulevard are what we call jewel boxes.
Right.
And typically they're food and beverage use. And so we intentionally create those jewel boxes that are food and beverage based, that have rooftop bars or outdoor seating to enhance the guest experience and create that energy in the middle of Medley Boulevard that you can't replicate anywhere else. So as you drive in, and obviously once you get out, you can feel it more walking down Medley Boulevard. But as you come down Medley Boulevard, eventually see the concierge building on the left-hand side. You'll see the valet drive. You'll see the inviting steps up to the plaza where eventually the hotel will sit on it. So
people can live upstairs from the retail and stuff, and they can just come downstairs, visit, just like they would do in Buckhead or anywhere, Brookhaven inside the city, because you don't see that much. Yeah. I mean, you don't see much of that out in the suburban area, if you will.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Halcyon, I think, was one that people look at, but this is way different than that, I think. So you have that going on. You're going to have a hotel that is planned to open in 28, I think. Mainsail, or run by Mainsail.
That's correct.
Right, and that'll be part of, close in to the retail part of that property as well.
It sits right on the plaza.
Right on the plaza. That's
intentional.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. That'll be
so
cool.
You'll see as you come and you visit the property in October and beyond, the plaza intentionally has restaurants all around. Little different than what we did at Avalon in the sense that there are soft goods on the plaza there, but here we put all restaurants with outdoor patios and outdoor seating that quote unquote spill into the plaza. So you have that energy similar to what we did with the jewel boxes in the middle of Medley Boulevard. It spills into the green space.
Right.
Obviously, if you have young children and the adults are on the patio, that they can frequent and utilize the green space while the adults are enjoying a meal. The stage in the plaza is very intentionally designed with speakers and lights and LED screen, all to enhance the events. Very intentionally designed to make that plaza space feel and enhance that guest experience. We'll also have shade sails in there. The plaza is really going to be a special place and one of the best places.
I would imagine that would have been great to have while FIFA was around. Those watch parties, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, that would have been cool. So, and companies like Boehringer Ingelheim, they're 73,000 square foot office space, but there are other companies coming in. There's another who's the second large company that's near there? Or it's just
we've got a couple more exciting office tenants to come.
You do? Okay. Can't wait to hear. They're going to love the restaurants all being in one place. Then they can
and that's what I told the the Bowringer employees, they had an open house on Friday, and obviously all recorded on Monday, and we're very excited to come. Their office space is beautiful. They did a great job with the build out.
Yeah.
But I said, this is just a small sample size. Wait until October when everything else gets open. It's really gonna be special. So
I'm sure they can't wait. It's gonna be good. So I guess there's other developments nearby. I think Boston Scientific opened their new facility. Of course, you have Emory Johns Creek expanding their stuff. So Johns Creek is a really growing place. I mean, it's not like you're in a place where you have to build out into necessarily. It is right there. So I mean, you guys will be busy even before your multifamilies all filled out or built up or stuff like that. I can see that happening.
absolutely.
Yeah. And phase 2 Encore is what, planned for 27? I guess that's coming next after this. Not that I want to run ahead of you or anything here.
No.
So after it opens, after grand opening, what's the next milestone after that? Is it the Encore in 27, or is there other things?
It'll be a combination of phase 2 and that building across from Medley Crossing. It'll be the hotel. And then we've got a handful of exciting tenants to announce down the road that are still in the original phase. So there's a lot more to come.
Yes, and I know how you guys like to keep tight-lipped on those things. No one wants to say anything until it's like ready, almost open. It's amazing. Like it's exciting though. So we're loving to be able to cover this, which we do in almost every issue now. And I'm glad that we're able to. Yeah, and I'm glad we're able to do these types of podcasts as well, Paul, to learn a bit more. Probably schedule another one as we get past October to find out a little bit more of some of the retail that's coming in and stuff. So I think that would be a good thing, and maybe we can even do it in person, live, maybe
on site.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to do that. I think that would be a great way of doing that.
That'd be great.
Do we have anything else you want to share that maybe we haven't covered?
I think we covered most of the notes that I have here.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I made my notes and I thought, I think we covered everything. Of course, if anyone that's watching or listening, whether it's on Apple or Google Play, or if you're watching on YouTube, Twitter, or Facebook, leave your comments. Tag the Medley, but leave your comments. We'll find those answers for you, and we'll post those. And of course, we're doing follow-up coverage. In our October-November issue, is the cover story is the Medley, and that will have lots of things in there that you can look at as well. Read more about. Follow us on social media. Paul, where can they find out more information about the Medley? What's the website address or social media that they can follow?
I'll send you that website address. Our new website's getting ready to go live here in about 2 weeks. So we've got a brand new site coming online.
Excellent. And then as far as, let me see, Medley Johns Creek is the Instagram account. So
That's correct.
People can follow there. So just Medley Johns Creek. Follow the social media and you can find out a bit more about what's going on there. I know they're going to be doing, you guys are doing, I think, a fundraiser for the Johns Creek Symphony Orchestra.
Correct.
October 28th. So the tickets to be had if you want to support them. It's glad to see you guys are supporting the local nonprofits like the Symphony Orchestra.
Absolutely. And we'll also be having a job fair next month as well. Information to come that I'll share with you guys. But we'll have a dedicated area on our website for tenants where we will post their job opportunities. If you do want to come and work at Medley, we'll have a job fair next month. Looking at September 16th in the afternoon. We'll host it here on site where all the tenants can come. And if anybody's looking for a job or a secondary job, we'd love to have you.
Excellent. I'll make sure that we put out that link once we have everything in place. So we've been speaking to Paul Bodine, VP of Community at Toro Development Company. Of course, the Medley, which is grand opening October 29th. Paul, I appreciate you being with me. Thank you.
Nice to meet you, Rico. Appreciate your time. Look
Same
forward
here. Yeah, no, for sure. hang in with me for a second. Everyone else, thank you. If you want additional information, look at the show notes on the website. Follow us on social media. The Johns Creek Magazine is the social media Instagram tag. And you're all good. Thank you for listening.